Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, and welcome back to the Easy Reefers Coastal Restoration Laboratory of Science. And If you didn't catch yesterday's live stream, it was epic. It's not just clickbait. It was genuinely an epic, freaking entertaining watch. And I highly recommend you go see it. Because what we decided on doing, started that broadcast, didn't know what we were going to do. What we decided on doing was putting Smurfette and Petey, our Picasso triggerfish, into this here 55-gallon planted mixed reef, which is currently running a gigantic current efflux wave maker, which is slightly out of view, combined with the two fluval, I just call them water fans. It's not really a wave maker if it's an AC pump, you know? And it's not a power head, because a power head was a previously established thing. And just transferring the name over doesn't work for me. But as you can see, we have considerable flow and wave action in this tank. We've got many different types of soft corals, pulsating zinnias, palliathea, button polyps, Kenya tree, tonga tree. I think there's a green stripe mushroom in there, just the one. And of course that nice big head of love polyps. We've got hermit crabs, emerald crabs, a interesting little snail that I breed here called Stomatella varia, which is a flat-shelled abalone. It's kind of like a nano abalone. It's a very, very small abalone that will breed in aquariums readily. And after about 2 years, if you wind up buying some Stomatellas from me when I open the shop, or if you can find any available online now, in about 2 years after you get those guys breeding in your tank, you will have the ultimate cleanup crew that will get into any nook and cranny, and that will just be competing with each other for food at a level that will amaze you. And your rocks will just be perfectly clean all the time. Even in a high phosphate system like the one I have. What's actually a little bit odd is that my, where is it? Oh no, the webcam isn't even pointing at it, but my 20-gallon SPS reef, or truly mixed reef, this is more of a softy reef, but the mostly SPS reef that I have with Manipura, frog skins, acro, the green tip acro, some varieties, Hollywood Stunner Chalice, just like 3 different types of Manipura, got flower pot 8-hand, and some rose bubble anemones, and I got some little trimmings of Kenya tree, tonga tree, and pulsating zinnias in there just for accents and, you know, flowing around, and several different types of mushrooms. Well, for some reason, the spawning of these stomatellas, the babies seem to make it in every system but that one. Something to do with how the plumbing is arranged. I think they crawl back up the overflow pipe, and the overflow pipe for that 20-gallon SPS reef is it's vertical. Sits a little bit further out of the water too. So I guess they're just straight climbing up into the return pipe, or the overflow pipe, the drain pipe that comes from that 55-gallon. They're going from the sump down there right up into it. So anyway, if you look all the way down on the right, you can see the results of yesterday. Now he's right there, and he just went and disappeared into the Caulerpa prolifera there. That's that green wavy plant in the middle. And spitting out sand. So I'm trying to broadcast in 720 so we can actually see this action unfolding. So I recommend viewing this broadcast on as big a TV as possible. And let me just double check my settings. Well, it had me wrong. There we go. Now we are in true HD. Sweet. Look at that, baby. Much better. Sorry if it lags for just a second. I'm testing out my view. And that'll slow you down for just a second. Yeah, that'll work. And now it should be returning to normal. Hopefully returning to normal sometime soon. Oh, we've gone from red to orange. That's progress. Well, whenever I get this to normalize, I'm going to have some more coffee and stretch my back out, and then they're going to be closing down the quarantine. I think we're going to have to put those two tin zones down there. We're going to face them out so we can still stick stuff in there. I was the only high school student I knew of that wasn't pregnant that got these things. So, just to let you know, we're so broke we're waking up in panic attacks. So yesterday, when we dropped Smurfette and PD in there, we put them in at the same time. Everybody was trying to crowd in on the left side of the tank. And that, as you can see, belongs to Mai. That is her territory. And she doesn't like anybody else in there. What she wound up doing, when Petey was trying to get over there near her pot, she grabbed his ass by the tail and like cast him asunder. It was a little bit exciting. Freaked Kira right out. So yeah, if you want to catch it, that previous live stream in which we are moving fish, oh, pretty epic. And of course you get to see proper catching and transferring and acclimation procedures. And I recommend people watch as many of my acclimation videos as possible, because every acclimation scenario is different. And I've covered a whole lot of different ones here. So there was definitely some feistiness before I started the stream. It looks like everybody's learning to get along. Just finding their own little swimming spots. Surprisingly enough, the most aggression shown yesterday after the acclimation was Ariel. The flame angelfish was being the most aggressive. Even counting Mai, the giant clownfish's body slam of Pete, the Picasso triggerfish, it was really Ariel who was just sitting there attacking Smurfette over and over again. You see where she is right now. That's her territory, and Smurfette's encroaching on it, you know. It's really awesome getting to see Petey swim all around like that, though, isn't it?
He looked like he just tried to turn around by that rock and the wave changed and he face planted into it on accident. Kind of looked like he bit it, but not on purpose. Yeah, that was a bite. He apparently got something good. He's adding to the sand bed. Time for some food, babies. My. Come on, Leo. Get some pellets, buddy. Well, no food going to waste in that thing. The stream's just going back and forth between orange and green. I guess I can't complain too much. If anybody is here that isn't showing up as being here. Feel free to say hello in the chats. It still says there's nobody watching as far as I can tell. If I can get my logo stuff to show through on there. I think it's possible. Maybe I can do it on this screen. That's not bad. That screen look. Promo mode, non-promo mode. Well, since nobody here's chatting, I'm just leaving this up here for the view, y'all. And to document the behavioral transition on day 2 after the introduction of a pair of aggressive fish into fish that has 3 well-established fish, one of which is semi-aggressive. And that'd be my. Don't fuck with her, she won't fuck with you. She's really nice, she might even let you come in her pot. Unless you're a male clownfish that she doesn't approve of. So, some interesting things you might want to take into consideration. The flame angel fish is the most easily stressed when bullied, most prone to dying in general. I moved her in first, let her get settled for a week or 2. Then I moved the clownfish in there.
Edie is going after a bristleworm.
I love that triggerfish. He hasn't touched any of the delicious mollusks that just are so tender because they don't move around. But he gets pissed off when he sees a bristleworm. He's just playing whack-a-mole with him all day long. Or fight-a-mole. Fight-a-worm. So anyway, basically what I was saying is you transfer the fish by order of aggression from least to greatest. So Flame Angel went in first. Also the most expensive, I guess I would say, fish in there. Well, kind of a toss-up with her and Leo. but definitely more delicate than Leo, who's the, you know, the Da Vinci clone up there. Flame angelfish first, clownfish second, and Smurfette, the blue devil damsel. That's the more aggressive of damsels right there. A humbug fish. Tomato clown is a good comparison too. But it's working because she's a little bit bigger than the Picasso triggerfish. And that's pissing me off, the fact that she's chasing Leo. But it's not necessarily my job to defend Leo. It's Leo's job to defend himself, to prove himself to mine. But the Flame Angel, and at least my being bigger than Smurfette, is making it work out okay. Because at least Leo gets to sleep in the pod with mine. And he's a growing boy, so hopefully he'll catch up and be able to stick up for himself soon. How's it going, Mr. Conway?
Hey, Sean.
Oh, we had a nice little run of green there for a while. YouTube noticed somebody was watching, so now my upload is less. Waking up, looking around, wondering what we can sell for money. Because at this point, we don't have, like, gas. It's starting to get kind of scary. So, I'm continuing to try to censor this channel and make appealing live streams to try to increase my revenue, because it's all I can freaking do. And it just cut out. Alright. Switching to backup server. See if that helps. So anyway. It seems to have cut off. I don't know if you got the answer, but yeah, we're stressed. That's basically the gist of it. And both of our backs are kind of hurting from yesterday. It's been a long weekend, actually.
just won't stop. I'm like, I imagine this is what kids with ADD and adults with ADD, like I feel like I can't complete one thought without jumping on 10 others. And, if y'all would just pray for my dad and my stepmom, because apparently they've got, some medical stuff going on that my dad doesn't want to talk to me about, which is a little scary, and I don't know if he's doing it just because of my medical stuff, or if it's just something that he's just trying to keep to himself, because, you know, big bad army man. Found out he's going to a health unit twice a week for some kind of treatment, which I can only wrap my mind around one thing that could be. But without confirmation, I'm not saying anything. So I guess later today I'll be doing a separate little update video, if I remember, you know, in 10 seconds that I said I'm going to do that. What you doing there?
Dosing antibiotics. Seachem Metroplex.
You're orange again.
So how's the view of the reef there? I think I fixed the camera settings, but my stream is orange at the moment.
Huh. Well, ain't that something? Three people commenting and one person.
Frame rate is choppy. Oh, geez, wow. Okay.
I don't know, I'm cutting off my Wi-Fi. Let's see if that helps.
Well, isn't that special? I'm going to leave it on mute so y'all can enjoy the view.
So yeah, like my wife said, messing up the resolution on this webcam. It's supposed to be a 720p webcam, and it had been running for the past few streams in 360p. So that's why it didn't quite look right. It should look twice as good. It does on my end right now. It looks twice as good as.
Got like 2 or 3 strings. It's just not Don't let go. I'll never let go, grass. I'll never let go.
It's like fragging itself onto it. I found those other 2 little bits of tonga tree, that soft coral on the right that's sticking off the top of the rock. Pieces on that rock.
Jesus Christ, looks like I need to go back into the reef tank and pull out more seaweed already.
Yeah, on the left side at least. The rock where it's supposed to be growing is fine. But that middle rock especially. That's where I don't want it growing. That's where the actor is on. Definitely today need to liberate the Duncan.
Yeah. Break down the tanks and reclaim the other part of the living room. Yeah, tell me about it. This eye thing, I'm so over it, personally. But at least you're still singing, that's good.
and they don't know what else to do. All in the one corner of the tank. So the Atlantic tank, are we uncharged or charged by them? Can they?
We're uncharged.
We're uncharged. They don't owe us anything.
Nope.
Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and mute it again.
It seems like the size of my rendering window is more determinant than the audio bit rate. Muting it wasn't helping, but shrinking down this little window where I can barely see what's on the screen seems to at least increase the frame rate, and well, it made the broadcast go green again. So Emily, what YouTube app? What is it? One of the little Amazon things, or a PlayStation, or what? Petey's is cracking me up, man. He definitely likes to swim. Oh, on the Samsung's app. Yeah, you'd probably have better results on the Xbox. Considering the shifting tides of corporate allegiances. Our love of South Korea is being used against us, that's for sure. Alright, I will make my window so tiny I can't even freaking see it. Let me know if that improves the choppiness. Otherwise, I will maybe bump the stream and try to restart it at 540 with a 720 camera. And it just went orange. So, I guess I'll try again. Why is it? Apparently 540p isn't an option, so now I'm back to 480p. Jeez. But the inner camera frame is still at 720, so it's actually still looking okay, isn't it? Should have a better frame rate finally. Let me know how it looks now. I mean, as long as people have been able to stream 640 by 480 video, this is kind of inexcusable. Well, that's good enough, I guess.
Closing my eyes and seeing that hidden beam shit. Yeah, it's fucking weird. And like, it's worse at night, but during the day, it's like flashing in the shape of a hidden beam. Yeah, okay.
I don't know if I'm just still in shock about how, like, suddenly things just turned south for us financially. Like, when it just started to seem like things were okay, you know? Like, we might actually be not fucked for a year. At least most of a year. Yeah, I had high CPU usage come in right before that. Is it working okay now? So, sorry to everyone and welcome back if you made it back. Apparently the stream just randomly ended. And Mr. Conway says he had to log back in, or leave and come back to the stream. Not log back in. To get it to come back up. It just disappeared. The good news is that everybody seems to pretty much be getting along at a tolerable level. The bad news is the exception to that is that Leo is not in the pot with Mai like he's supposed to be. So yes, welcome back everybody. Sorry about the hop. I don't know what caused it. It didn't show up on my end. It was showing a green broadcast this whole time. But apparently y'all got kicked off.
And now it's showing up that you guys are watching. But stream has been green this whole time for me. Just randomly ended for him and started buffering irretrievably for Emily. She's on her laptop now.
Oh, Maximo just came back and it just went from 3 to 2. Apparently when Maximo comes on, it's a negative number. Because he's the zero people, so he always cancels somebody out or something. Alright, now there's no choppiness at all on my end, and the stream says it's green on my end. Like I look at the waving of the grass to see how good the frame rate is, you know, if it's just smoothly gliding, you know, that's how it's supposed to be. If it's sitting there reappearing in different fucking places, dead giveaway. I wonder if YouTube algorithms have bought into the myth that people with expensive SPS tanks are experts on marine fish keeping or aquarium keeping. Because if that's the case, that'd be wrong, 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 wrong. It's not good enough. It takes 20 years to learn the behavioral habits of all marine species that you could keep in this hobby. After 30 years, there are entire categories of information in this hobby where it's like, yeah, I knew that once, and I'm okay with having forgotten most about it. And things that you just need to know all the time. And it takes a lot longer to get in a situation where your knowledge is broad enough to where you can kind of phase in and out of what you're studied up on at a particular time in order to discuss it. But among the actual experts, it is the broad-based consensus that SPS aquariums like Red Sea Reefers and those that you see with dosing systems and apex controllers, they are not the most difficult systems to keep. They are simply the most expensive. And because of this great expense, they have been targeted by companies that can basically automate everything. And because there are expensive, idiot-proof automated methods to keep SPS reefs, there is no expertise involved. See, in order to become an actual expert, you need to screw shit up. You need to see stuff go wrong, figure out the cause, and observe the nuances of every deficiency and, I don't consider myself a marine biologist by any means, but as far as being able to help people set up a fish tank, I'm not just going to be like, you got to get an apex controller, you got to get this, you got to get that. Because I've made it work with a lot of different things in a lot of different ways, and frankly, there's a lot of different levels of aquarium that you can keep. You can tailor your ecosystem, your marine environment, to your budget. Make a system that doesn't require a lot of supplementation. Speaking of budget, it is such a relief to have these freaking quarantines done. A little bit. Medication's up. You go out. Go on. Let's see here. Here's already unplugged. That's right. Shit. filter. No longer wasting electricity. Oh. Oh, my knees. Oh. Snap, crackle, pop. Old shit knees.
It was almost a cute jingle. Alright. Oh my god, it's so quiet. Crap. For sale, 29-gallon saltwater aquarium setup.
Including filter, heater, light. Well, crappy light, but still a light. Pick up only, Zachary, Louisiana.
Dingo. Go on.
But yeah. I don't know if it's just like shock from how sudden this happened, or whether we just have reached a whole new level of fucked. Because, like, you know, it's one thing just to lose a job, right? But to get told you can't go back to work at a job that you're performing well at. And she can't even go look for another job because the doctors won't release her to it. I don't know what to do about this. We've been slowing down to the point where we're like sharing every cigarette.
This is the last pack.
Unless Like maybe Haley or somebody magically has the car today and can bring us a pack of cigarettes. But it really would be nice to get more people in here talking, asking questions. There's a lot of people who know a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people who are on the internet right now searching. And a lot of people on the internet right now would love to just, you know, find some random reef geek doing a live stream, ask him questions. Instead, you got these weird transferred feed 24/7 live aquarium channels, and then you got Rico's Reef and Malev's Reef. They don't stream nearly as often as I do. Yet, you know, right after my streams got suppressed, in fact, after my live streaming was revoked, suddenly Rico's takes off, and he's the self-professed king of live stream. He only had like 30 people watching. But like I said, anybody with anything halfway decent to look at, or just a normal, like a fucking intersection, fucking people painting a wall, anything, streaming on YouTube, that's legit, that's not spam, should be getting between 30 to 150 viewers at random, just out of curiosity. Let me just say, if that were the case, my revenue would probably be, you know, above $14 a month. More like it used to be a couple of years ago at $300 a month. Boy, would I like to have that $300. It was $277, $278. That'd be nice. And man, we invested a lot in this Fishroom and in the different things that you could experience on this channel. Invested money that y'all gave us into this laptop right here so that we can improve the quality of the live streams, get on more often. And I should have by now been able to bring my revenue up to about $540 to $780 per month by now. No problem. But then something interesting happened. And kept happening. It's just facts. You can make whatever you may of it. Because of the particular countries I was reporting on at the time. And we won't go into specifics. first I made a website to link to this channel, to vlog on, to record links on, stuff like that. And then after about 2 months of this channel being up, and about a month and a half after I had started editing this website, GoDaddy, owned by Google, which owns YouTube, canceled the Droid management app for GoDaddy websites. I repeat, the main benefit of GoDaddy websites is that you had a phone app that you could manage it with, and after I got a GoDaddy website, they canceled the app. Not just it came up in my phone that it was no longer available for my phone. No. No. They sent emails out telling people that Android mobile application would no longer be supported. So then we monetized the channel. We had Meet the Qualification Bar, which was at the time 100,000 views and 1,000 subscribers. And we'd meet that bar in like April, after creating the channel on February 26, 2015. Then, after I met that bar to get monetized, they eliminated the requirements for channel monetization. So I had to do that. And then I was outcompeted by people who were immediately allowed to monetize, and for some reason, though they lacked any originality in their content, all of them had graphic splash screens, which I still to this day am having trouble finding any kind of free applications that could produce one for me. Very professional quality, much better quality cameras than I have. People that seem to be funded started outcompeting me, and they would hide their number of subscribers until they grew past 10,000 subscribers for indecipherable reasons. And these supposedly individual people didn't just have all the time in the world to make videos and edit them so professionally. They were also constantly on multiple social media platforms, posting and linking and plugging. So, after a wave of success, things started to get a little weird, and the revenue stopped growing, and I decided to ask for people to click the donate button, which previously I had don't give it unless you don't need it. I'm okay on the donut button. On the donut. Unless you have donuts for me. You can donate some donuts. But I decided, sure, people want to donate, please, y'all, click the freaking donate button. Let's do it. And then YouTube announced that they're canceling the donate button. Yeah. So then, let's see what's the rest of the order of this story here. They canceled my live streaming ability for no reason. Wow. Basically, there's 1,000 different channels doing exactly what they claimed to say that was the reason for canceling my live stream, only it didn't actually show up as a strike. I just got canceled. No strikes, just canceled for a strike that wasn't there. Yeah. And I start getting serious about my business, and I say I'm going to make another channel and monetize that and do aquarium stuff only there, have a fresh new slate to start with. And then they put new rules back in place. And there's lots of different new rules they have now. Like, you can't ask for monetization to be reviewed manually unless that video gets over 1,000 views in a week. And considering that they suppressed my channel to the point that that's impossible for me, I can't get anything reviewed. Nothing. And also on my what's now the old channel, and this is the old channel made the new channel, but where I was going to make the new channel, or if I would have made a new channel, I would have had to get 1,000 views per week on every video I posted just to get monetized now. It's no longer, 100,000 videos and 1,000 subscribers a threshold. You have to have some sort of inflated success just to be able to get started here now. So I was forced to recatalog and rearrange and redefine this channel because it has all of the more of the marketable content, and this is inarguably marketable content. And despite that, I still see in my analytics these regular increments of search result likelihoods, and I've seen 3 now, screenshotted 3 now in the past week, typos in the search terms. The search terms all look like they were taken directly from titles of my videos, etc. Basically, I am being given a fake interface and there really aren't very many actual people who are even able to see this channel. Now, a media company would be entitled to censor a pundit that it disagreed with. A media company would be entitled to control who viewed what, beyond the scale of the laws regarding prohibited content as far as age restriction goes. This is not a media company. This is the internet. And Google, YouTube, GoDaddy, these are supposed to be technology companies. And they have demonstrated for decades that they do not care what kind of content. Otherwise, there simply wouldn't be a whole lot of political strife in the world. But when it comes to this channel, for some strange reason, reasons that we will not go into on this channel, just talking about facts here, for some strange reason, there is verifiable, easily provable tampering by some employee or employees that I think probably work for Google. That has basically equated to telling me that even though the likelihood of humanity's survival depends on my success, even though I work my ass off to try to make entertaining and informative videos for you guys, no matter what I do, no matter how important the things that we talk about here are, and no matter how many little fancy little graphics I include on the videos, you know, I'm trying here. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, sure, it was a free app and all, but I'm trying here. She goes, like, I actually managed to get the intro of this video to play out in several different little frames as a sequence. And, you know, for a freaking live stream, this is getting to be pretty high quality. Most people do a live stream and they're just facing their fucking laptop towards their head. Okay? I feel like this is a little prettier than most. Buffering, he missed all that. Red stream. Whenever it goes green again, I'll resume. Oh look, and we're back. So yes, as I was saying, it is anomalously difficult for me to get out what I put in, as it were, from this technology service because of obvious and easily provable censorship and tampering. Now, a technology company should have no qualms about the content that I've provided previously, and certainly no qualms about the content I'm providing now. And the fact of the matter is, if you'd like to increase the odds of humanity's survival, if you'd like to increase the odds that this world will be a better place, physically, an actual, like looking, smell better and everything, this is a good channel to get recommended algorithmically. Literally just here to help. But it is provable that no matter what I do, no matter how much quality I add to these broadcasts, no matter how much I set myself apart both in knowledge and presentation from other live streams in particular, who will simply have their camera facing their head, I have gone above and beyond to try to promote and try to brand. Tried to make the presentation and the interaction level on this channel a superior product. Okay? And, for MS Paint, I think it looks fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous.
And for any level of effort that's been put in, just compared to the average level of effort that gets put into other people's live streams, the only thing different is that they're allowed to have viewers and I'm not. They're allowed to feed their families and I'm not. It don't matter what I do, how much work I put in. They go from saying YouTube is a place where anybody can make a living if they put enough work into it, to, well, the things that went on in the past couple of years, somehow coincidentally at the same time, we're going to slash everybody's revenue. Unless you got merch. And just for the record, never before has a technology company considered it to be ethical to censor one of their customers or clients. I was a certified technician with Microsoft for 20 years. And during that time, I had some political views that, well, they kind of make me sick now. Had varying political views. Had phases in my life, the way many people do. Different opinions you gain as you learn different things and different perspectives. These are personal things, and they are none of Microsoft's business. Just like they're none of YouTube's business. They're none of Google's business at all. And just so you know, I'm hungry right now because they done made it their business. Sticking their nose into my business. This is the last bowl of Fruit Loops that you have to smoke. But scrape some resin and your little pipe will smoke again. Right. Misha, when are you going to regrow your fur on your belly? That just looks weird, man. Look at this one side like that.
Right? The other side looks perfectly normal, and then the right side.
Maybe they use a sonogram to make sure they're not already pregnant or something. Is that kind of looks like it might be?
I've never worked at a vet's office. I have no idea.
Yeah, I've been seeing the reports of that. We'll talk more about that on the other channel, don't we? Although, seeing those reports is actually what prompted that one video about the wildebeests and whatnot. With the numbers on their heads and arms. So do y'all think it's better with or without the watermark? It's not like you still can kind of see Leo behind the top watermark. He's like inside of the little clownfish that's drawn on there. Petey is just out of camera in the top right corner. Tell you what, my biggest concern was that Ariel would wind up being shy about Smurfette and Petey. No, not so much.
I think that was the beauty of having her as only fish in there for a while.
Right. So another key to success with flame angels. Put them in there first. The watermark. Put it up sometimes and take it off sometimes. Yeah, it's like for returning viewers, this is better. But like, you know, if they let me have new viewers, you know, if they let people, like I said, the likelihood of somebody finding any channel at random that's doing a live stream for a length of time is probably 0.01%, okay? That would put me in the range of 30 to 150 viewers at any given time, simply clicking on this to see what the fuck it was. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, because there are, at any given time, 30 to 150 million people on YouTube. That's how that works. So actually that's 0.001%. 0.0001%? No, 0.001%. Something like that. It can be a small number and it'd still be more than we got now. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Nothing a little discovery can't handle. Supina es mi pina. Wait, what? No, that's really not correct at all. May the Schwartz be with you. But yeah, I guess since there's no new viewers allowed to come and just see for themselves whether or not they like this channel or would buy products from the ads associated with this channel.
You know, I wish we could do, but I can't really figure out how to. Maybe I'm going to use 2 different browsers. Oh, I guess I just figured out how to. What I want to do is I want to go on the other channel, and I want to go through all the backlog of comments and answer them all on the stream. You know, so the trolls get to see how much they hurt my feelings. Also known as prove how pathetic they are. I know one thing. Any reef hobbyist who saw this video, this live stream I've recommended, would click and see. For little moments like that. Smurfette sitting there trying to beat up on the Picasso trigger.
Go lay down.
So the view that you're looking at right now is about 45 inches. Dingo, in your bed. Go on. Dingo's still trying to lay down right in front of the fish tank, and I got wires and stuff everywhere. No. PD, he's about 2.5 inches. Smurfette's almost 3 inches. Ariel's about the same length as Smurfette, but she's a taller fish. In fact, she might be a little bit shorter than Smurfette. But I guess the tallness gives her the size advantage in their competition with each other. Leo's like 2 inches, and my 5 inches. But anyways, y'all, I guess I'm gonna call it a live stream for now. Or a broadcast, or whatever these kids are calling it these days. I'll probably be on again later. Not sure which channel, but I've got some individual videos planned for both channels. As soon as I have some time and motivation to get them filmed. Hope y'all can catch those when I put them up. I thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button, and of course, you know, any new viewers, make sure you're subscribed. Y'all take it easy, but don't take it all.
In my